Welcome back, Brights. Today on TeraBrite Games, I've got something really special for you today. It's a weird one, and I think you're gonna like it a lot. We're gonna take a yo-yo and put one fidget spinner on each side. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and we're gonna see what happens. But before we get into it, just so you guys know, I have a lot of cool ideas with these fidget spinners and combining it with things. So if you want to see more of these ideas, make sure to smash that like button. If we get this to 500 likes, I'll do my next idea, and it's actually better than this one. So you better smash that like button with your head! Alright guys, so the goal is we're going to take a yo-yo, put a fidget spinner on each side, and throw it down and see what happens. We're going to try to do some tricks with it maybe. We're just going to play with it and see what we could do with a fidget spinner yo-yo. It's never been done before. It's a first for TeraBrite Games and for YouTube. We're always first to the game. First fidget spinner yo-yos in the game. YouTube. What's up? If you don't know what a fidget spinner is, you're probably living under a rock because it's the biggest thing in the world right now. Some people hate it, some people love it. If you hate it, you're probably a teacher. If you're not a teacher and you hate it, then you're just jealous because, I mean, let's be honest. They're kind of cool. You got to admit that they're kind of cool. You just hold it in the middle and you spin it. It's pretty awesome. This is a Pokeball fidget spinner. We also got this literally Pokeball fidget spinner. It's freaking awesome. It's a Pokeball. And then we're going to combine that with a yo-yo. Everyone knows what a yo-yo is. You throw it down, it spins, you can make it sleep, you can do tricks with it. Yo-yos have been around since like the 90s. I used to collect them as a kid. I had a huge collection. I thought I knew how to do tricks, but now that I try it now, I realize I didn't know anything back then because I can kind of do tricks now. I did a little bit of practicing before this video. So we're going to try to do some tricks with a fidget spinner yo-yo, but we're not using these fidget spinners or this yo-yo. I did a lot of research into figuring out how do we make this as cool as possible, okay? So we started out. I got some LED fidget spinners. We got these babies right here. They're LED fidget spinners. They light up. Check this out. They have multiple settings for each one, all right? There's a different setting right there. We got 4 different settings for each side. So we got a lot of room for possibilities with this fidget spinner. When it spins, it looks beautiful. You probably can't tell because it's lit pretty well right now, but in the dark, it'll look awesome. So we got 2 of these fidget spinners with light up LEDs, okay? Now the yo-yo I'm choosing for this is the Duncan Butterfly XT. Now I chose this yo-yo because it's clear. It's gonna look cool with the LEDs. The LEDs are gonna shine through the plastic and it's gonna look awesome. The other reason I chose this is because I thought it was flat. Now the reason why I wanted it to be flat on the sides is because basically to spin a fidget spinner, look down here, it's gotta be against a flat surface, okay? And I wanted it to be against a flat surface on the side of the yo-yo so I could spin it. But I was wrong and it's not flat. However, I got a fix for that and I'm going to show you guys that later, okay? A little modification to this yo-yo, it works perfectly. The other thing is I needed a yo-yo that was wide enough to make sure that when the fidget spinners were on the side, that the fidget spinner doesn't smash against my hand and the yo-yos go popping off and I end up hurting my hand or something, because that wouldn't be fun. It would ruin everything. This yo-yo isn't as wide as I thought it was either. However, there's another modification that we could do, and I'm going to show you guys that as well. Just so you guys know, this is the second time we're shooting this. The first time I did it, I didn't glue everything together, so it ended up breaking a bunch of times. We're going to show you some of those clips later, so stick around for that. But you're going to notice that there's a lot of like leftover residue of stuff on here because we're just messing around. And these are actually the second fidget spinners we bought because I broke the first ones. But this time we're going to do it right and we're going to do it smoothly and it's going to be awesome and you guys are going to know how to make this yourself. So let's get right into making this freaking awesome fidget spinner yo-yo 2017. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and turn these fidget spinners off because we don't need these right at the moment. First things first, we got to modify this yo-yo to be flat on the side so the fidget spinners will fit on it and also to be wider. To make it wider, we're going to use something called the Duncan Mod Spacer. Now you can get this for any hardcore Duncan yo-yo. And basically you have these 2 things. It comes with another bearing to make the yo-yo unresponsive, which we don't want. I'm not good at unresponsive yo-yos. And it comes with a longer screw. Now I already have the little metal pieces in there. It comes with that as well, but they're stuck in there already, so we're good to go. These are going to go in between the yo-yo to make the yo-yo wider so that way it doesn't bash up against my hand. I'm going to take care of both of these problems at the same time here. So first we're going to do is we're going to take apart this yo-yo. Just twist it apart. It comes apart nicely. There we go. So now we have the 2 sides of the yo-yo. So basically, in order to make this flat, you have to take these off and flip them around. On the back side, it's flat. So in order to take these off, what you got to do is you got to use leverage, okay? Right now we have this screw in here that'll poke up against the top and we could push against it and it'll pop out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a piece of cardboard so I don't break this table. Put it right there. Now I'm just gonna push this screw up against the cardboard and push it along the side so that way it just pops right off. Like so. Bam. Now I'm gonna do the same thing for the other side, except the thing is there's no screw there. So you gotta kinda get creative and have something that pokes through that hole. I have this nail. It's sharp on the end, so it's not ideal because it's gonna be poking up against this plastic and it's gonna kind of ruin the plastic a little bit. But it's all I got. The screw doesn't fit in there, I don't think. So I gotta use this nail. Same deal, I'm just poking it through the hole, pushing up against, and that could have been dangerous. But it worked. And now the side's all the way across the room. So now we got our two sides. Now, right off the bat, I could just put it back on there, upside down, and it would be flat. Okay, you just pop it on there and it'll be good. But I'm not gonna do that right away because I gotta glue these down, because that's the mistake we made last time, is we didn't glue all the pieces down and everything just came flying off. So you gotta make sure to secure every piece that is possibly removable. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. So now I'm gonna go ahead and prepare the mod spacers. I gotta kinda take this one step at a time, because I gotta do it in the right order and it's kinda weird, so just follow along. First of all, I'm gonna get rid of the smaller screw. That's the one that came with the yo-yo. Replace it with the bigger screw here that came with the mod spacers. All right, I'm just gonna put that right in there so I'm prepared for that. Next thing we gotta do is get a pair of pliers and remove the original bearing like so. There we go. And we're still gonna use this bearing because the bearing that came with the mod spacers makes it unresponsive, which I don't want. The thing is I have to change the position. Now it's gonna be right here instead, in between the mod spacer. And then the other side, the mod spacer goes in the same way. Just pops right in right there, like so. So ideally it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be down. You gotta push right there to make sure you can lock it in. And now we have our wider yo-yo with mod spacers. Easy as that, all right? So the yo-yo is wide enough for me now, but we gotta get these sides back on. I'm not gonna pop them right on, I'm gonna glue them on to secure them in place so I don't screw up again. So now I got my hot glue gun. It's plugged in, it's heating up, which by the way, I'm using a hot glue gun because it's kind of reversible. This probably isn't ideal, it's not the strongest hold for what I wanna do, and it might still break, but I like the fact that it's reversible because all you gotta do is take a blow dryer to wherever the glue is and just let it heat up, and eventually it'll get to the point where you can kind of just peel it off like it's sticky tack. It's not permanent, basically. So that's kind of why I like this, even though it's not as strong as I wish it would be. All right, the next step is I want to glue one of these bearing caps from the spinners onto the yo-yo cap, okay? I'm gonna glue it right in the center of the yo-yo cap because that's where the yo-yo is gonna go eventually. I'm doing it separately because I don't wanna get any glue inside of the spinner. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to pop off one of these bearing caps from the spinner so I can glue it to this. Now the side I wanna pop off is this side because I want the lights to be aiming at the yo-yo so it's reflecting inside the yo-yo. Although it might be harder to turn on being against the yo-yo, I think it'll be a nice cool effect. So it's kind of important that's facing the yo-yo. So I'm gonna take this side off. It's kind of hard to take off, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, man. All right, I'm gonna try to use the pliers without breaking this thing. It's almost off. There we go. I got it off. So I'm gonna put that right there. I'm gonna put this one right there. And now you can see I've exposed the bearing of the fidget spinners because that's just gonna go right there. Bam, bam, like that. My hot glue gun, I think it's ready to go, possibly, hopefully. There we go. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue right in the center here. You gotta get as close to the center as possible because you don't want the yo-yo to be off balance, although it's gonna be inevitable. I'm not perfect. In fact, that's good. I'm far from perfect. And you're gonna get little spider webs from this, but that's kind of just how these hot glue guns work. That looks like it's in the center. So I'm just gonna apply some pressure here. And there's one. And then the other benefit to using hot glue guns is it's fast. It dries real quick. You can get to spinning in no time, you know what I'm saying? And now for the other one. No. Of course I had to screw up. And there's our second one. I didn't really put it on very well. It kind of came off the side and I didn't do a very good job. If this breaks, it's because I did that. So the next step is we're gonna take this yo-yo cap with the fidget spinner bearing cap glued to it and glue it to that, okay? We gotta make sure it's secure and not gonna go anywhere. We could just stick it on there, but it's not gonna be secure, trust me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a ring of glue all the way around this outside and then stick it on. And that should hold it in. Let's hope for the best here. So I'm just gonna go ahead, do that, and just turn it. I gotta make sure I get every inch. And that should be enough. And then I put it in upside down so it's nice and flat and it has the bearing cap on it. There we go. That feels pretty secure to me. I don't know about you. Then I gotta do the same thing on the other side, obviously. Which, by the way, I don't know if I already said this, but I'm doing this on cardboard so I don't get glue everywhere. Bam! Oh, that's beautiful. I'm getting glue everywhere, but I could tell this is gonna work. That is gorgeous. Would you look at that? So now you got yourself a little spinner top. No, I'm just kidding. It's a yo-yo with little spinner caps on it. That's all it is. But soon it's gonna be a yo-yo with spinners on it, because all you gotta do is pop it on. And you got a fidget spinner. But that's not good enough. Oh man, I made a mistake.
Why'd you do that? Oh,
all right.
Okay, at least it's safe. Hey, that was a test.
But that's not good enough. Although that was pretty strong. I had a pretty strong hold. I might be okay just sticking it on there, but I don't trust it. So what I'm gonna do is actually put a little bit of hot glue inside of the fidget spinner without getting it on any of the bearing. Because if you get it on the bearing, you're not gonna be too happy. It's not gonna be spinning. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of glue in there and then put it on there, and the glue should hopefully hold up against this little cap and make sure it doesn't pop off. Because we're doing this right. We're gonna do this right here on TeraBrite Games.
That's a lot.
Now I purposely did a lot because I wanna make sure that it's touching the cap. That was beautiful. It spins. So hopefully that glue should dry against the cap and make sure the fidget spinner doesn't fly off. All right, same thing the other side, obviously. I'm just filling it up. And there you have it. There's your fidget spinner yo-yo, all right, guys? So I'm gonna go ahead and let this LED yo-yo fidget spinner dry because there's a lot of glue on it still. I just wanna make sure it's all secure, nice and dry. And while I'm letting it dry, I'm gonna show you some of the yo-yo tricks I'm gonna do with my favorite yo-yo of all time, the Yo-Yo King Merlin. This isn't sponsored. So I'm gonna do some tricks on this, and hopefully, after this is dry, I can do the same tricks that I did on this yo-yo. Alright, Bright, so I'm just going to show you some yo-yo tricks I could do with a yo-yo that doesn't have fidget spinners on the sides, and then we're going to try to compare it to the yo-yo with the fidget spinners on the sides. I'm not a professional yo-yoer, but I just picked up yo-yoing again in the past week or so, and I've learned a few tricks from YouTube and stuff. So basically, the standard sleeper, you just throw it down and just let it spin. It's called a sleep because it's just spinning, and then you wake it up and you pull it up. So I'm going to make it sleep right now. Now it's sleeping. At any moment, I can whip my finger up and it'll go right up back to my hand. And it's called waking it up, like this. 1, 2, 3, bam, woke it up. So that's a sleeper. There's also another trick called the rock the baby. It starts with a sleeper. You make a cradle, and you rock the baby inside the cradle. Wake it back up. Then there's another trick. I'm not really sure what this is called, but we'll call it the trick. That's the thing. And then there's around the world, you basically just whip it around your head and then pull it back like that. Then there's another trick called the UFO. And this is kind of hard to do sometimes. You throw it to the side and it spins out of control and then you pull it back in. Something like this. That's the UFO. So let's try these out on the fidget spinner yo-yo and see how it works. So here's my fidget spinner yo-yo. I realized I didn't put the string on it yet, so I'm just gonna do that. It's kind of just a standard procedure to put a string on a yo-yo. You hold the string at the tip and then twist it until it opens up enough so you can put it around the yo-yo. And then once it's on the yo-yo, you twist it back into place. Now sometimes doing 2 loops helps. I think in this case, 1 loop is gonna be fine. So I got the LEDs on. I'm gonna wrap up my yo-yo and we're gonna start off with a sleeper and just see what happens. I'm just gonna let it spin out and just see what happens when you sleep a yo-yo with fidget spinners on it. Are you guys ready for this? I'm excited. Here we go. I'm gonna do it lightly at first. We'll do a heavier one later. 3, 2, 1. Whoa, dude! This is sick. Oh, it's losing balance. Whoa! Did you guys see that? After the yo-yo stopped spinning, the fidget spinners got faster. Hold on a second. Let's do that 120 frames per second so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Alright, that was pretty cool. I don't know why, but for some reason, after the yo-yo's done spinning, the fidget spinner starts spinning really fast. It's like it has to catch up with the yo-yo. It's kind of awesome. But let's see if we could pull the sleeper back up and wake it up from sleeping without breaking the fidget spinners or something like that. So let's try that right now. Ready? Here we go. Oh! Let's try that again. A little bit harder this time. Whoa, it didn't want to wake up there. It just wanted to spin. The fidget spinners just want to spin. That's all they want to do is spin. That looks cool though. Look at that. Fidget Spinner Yo-Yo 2017, baby. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. It was very difficult to pull it back. I think the weight of the yo-yo is kind of being thrown off and possibly the balance of the yo-yo because I might not have centered it right or maybe there's some weight things going on. I'm not sure. But that's kind of making me think that these tricks are going to be very difficult to do. So tell me in the comments how many of those tricks I did before you think I'll be able to pull off with this yo-yo. So far we got one, we got the sleeper, but how many tricks you think? 1 trick, 2 tricks, 3 tricks? I don't know. Maybe all the tricks. So the next one I think I did was rock the baby. So let's see if I can do that. I might end up getting tangled up, but I don't know. Let's try it. It's too wide. Let me try one more time. Maybe I can make the cradle a little wider. Do you believe in me?
Yes.
All right. Maybe if my string was longer, but my string is set for my height, so it's not going to work with this string, unfortunately. I could probably pull it off, but it's too difficult, so I'm not going to try that again. So the next trick I'm going to do is the one that I forgot the name for. I call it the trick. I got to give it a good sleep for this to work, so hopefully it doesn't break when I throw this down. Almost! It wasn't sleeping fast enough to come back up when I was done with the trick, but I did pull the trick off. So we'll give that a ½ point. Now I'm going to try around the world. I think I can do around the world. I don't think it's going to be too bad. Let's try that out right now. All right. Let's get a close-up of this. It came back, but the string got tangled up in the right side of the fidget spinner. So now I got to do some tricks here to get this out of here. And one issue is I glued this to the bearing, which made it more secure, but at the same time, it made it very difficult to fix a problem like this. Let's try that one more time, see if it still gets tangled up. Here we go. All right, so the thing is, I think the weight is making it so it's not pulling back like a normal yo-yo does, like when I do the sleeper and it comes back up. Even then, it's having trouble. But it did wrap around, just not pulling back. So I'll give that another ½ So we got 2 full tricks that are completed. Now, the last trick is the UFO. I'm a little scared to do this one. I'm afraid that this is gonna screw the yo-yo up and tangle it up and make it really bad. I didn't think about it, but I'm pretty sure this isn't gonna work. But if it does, I'll be blown away. So we're gonna go ahead and record this at 120 frames per second the first time because I wanna make sure we got slow-mo in case something crazy happens. Here we go. UFO with a fidget spinner yo-yo. Alright guys, well we made a fidget spinner yo-yo. I think it's pretty cool. It lights up, it spins, it does some weird stuff when you throw it down. You might not be able to do all the tricks that you can do with a normal yo-yo, but you can get pretty close and it's a lot of fun. I wouldn't be surprised if they start making these in stores because this video is gonna go viral because you're gonna share it to everyone and like this to 5 million likes. But don't worry, if we get to 500 likes, I will do another fidget spinner video, something different, something cooler possibly. And if you have any other ideas for fidget spinner experiments, tell me in the comments. And maybe I could try those and we could start to make a series out of this. That could be kind of fun. But I think this was awesome. I think this is a win. It turned out pretty cool. And now you can make one yourself. It's pretty easy. You just, you know, you do this, you can do that, whatever that is. I don't know what that was. But you can subscribe too, and you can check out our other videos because we do gaming videos if you didn't know that. This is a gaming channel. We play a lot of Minecraft, Roblox, and cool games like that. We also got a music channel. You can check that out too. We're a band, TeraBrite, so check that out. Thanks for watching. Turn notifications so you don't miss more of these videos, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace! Again, 3, 2, 1. Oh no! Did you see that? It was still spinning.